Hey, Frank, I'm Ahearn, privacy expert and blackmail strategist. I'm going to talk about the question nobody ever wants to be in a position where they have to ask, which is how to stop a blackmailer from posting your photos online to Facebook, Instagram, your friends, your job, your spouse. Becoming a victim of blackmail is the most stressful event you can imagine. You're being bombarded day in and day out, hour by hour, threatening to expose you, destroy your life, pay, 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 pay. You can't pay the blackmailer because if you pay the blackmailer, they'll only just demand more money from you. But I don't want to get into that aspect right now. Right now, it's about understanding that different blackmailers operate in different ways, and sometimes blackmailers do not have content where they're actually bluffing a victim to pay them. So for example, if you become a victim of blackmail, the blackmailer will send you photos of your friends, their screenshots of their Facebook, their Instagram, your spouse's mobile, your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile to prove they have your identity. I mean, that confirms that they know who you are and they can hurt you. Sometimes they'll bluff and just say, I'll expose you to your wife, or I'll expose you to your job, or I'll expose you to your friends, or I'll expose you to Facebook without providing that information. If they don't provide proof, it's more than likely they do not have it. That's typically the way blackmail works, because blackmailers just hit you with that information to freak you out, make you nauseous, your heart goes in your mouth and you don't know what to do, but you think to pay. So you have to think about, what do they have on me? What do they know about my identity? Did they prove they have my identity? Did they prove they have my Facebook friends? Because if they didn't, then there's a whole other avenue of what you should do to protect your identity. And so, like for example, cartel blackmailers or the fake cartel blackmail scam, what they do is they just run a database on someone through their mobile number. And sometimes they have old information, like an old spouse's number or an old address, nothing current. So at that state, they don't have anyone to expose you to. But the dangers of that is beyond that. Do they search for your Instagram page or your wife's social media and things like that? And then you have to take action. I mean, if you connect with an escort where you physically go and you visit them, sometimes they'll just hit you up with your photos that they've taken that you don't know about, but know nothing about your identity, and try to bluff that they're going to expose you if you don't send them an extra payment. So the idea of preventing photo exposure is first knowing if they have content or contacts to expose you. Now, if you determine that they do because they sent you your Facebook friends, that's a problem. The trick is to stall at the moment. Do not pay them, because if you pay them, they come right back for more. If you stall them, what will happen is it will give you time to, figure out a plan, contact an expert like me, turn, some online stuff private to just tighten it up. But what you want to do is tell them you have no money and you can borrow money from a friend, but you need 48 hours. Put the burden on your friend to get you the money. Because in that time, you're going to search online, you're going to watch YouTube videos, you're going to read blogs, you're going to contact experts, and you get all this different information. Okay? Now, how you don't protect yourself is by ignoring, by blocking, hoping, or praying. None of those things help you. Okay? If you ignore a block, they will probably expose you because you just shut them down. You have no control of the situation. Take control. And your first step in control is, look, I got no money. I need 48 hours. My friend will lend me money. Now they're going to bombard you. They're going to send you all the horrible stuff, but you have to stand your ground. I know you're thinking, but what if they expose me? Look, more than likely they're not going to, because they want money. But this is not the time to play it safe. You can't chat and have all this fun and be loose, and then all of a sudden when, the shit hits the fan, your balls, shrink up. You have to be strong and say, look, these are the actions I need to take. and that action is stalling. So you get that 48 hours and you determine a plan. Now, my plan to prevent exposure is also to protect your identity, manipulate what the blackmailer knows about you. I mean, they're dealing with 10, 15, 20 victims, so it's not difficult to change what they have or what they believe they have. You know, a misspelling of a name, a different city, a different employment, a different number for your spouse. Because what you want to do is you want to replace real information with fake information. And you know, if you read about my disinformation, you'll get a better understanding of what that means. So the only way to prevent photo exposure is to take action, to take control, and to start the stall. Because once you have that time, then you can figure out the plan. Not only that, you can keep stalling and keep stalling, because what you're doing is you're promising to pay, you're breaking the promise, and you're promising again. You're putting them in a position where they have a choice to make. Do I expose and get nothing, or do I wait and get something? Blackmail is about making money. It's not about destroying you. So if you have any questions, my name is Frank M. Ahearn. Reach out, be smart, be safe, and don't be afraid. You can get out of blackmail.